Hello, hello, good morning, good morning. So we're gonna just let's see kind of what's happening here really. So price sold through this area, actually got to around this level of support, bounced off it, is now going into around this price area. So we're gonna have to draw this out and see how this looks like as a new. We have GU, which is breaking tops as well. Um, Nothing close below here, so it made sense for it to buy. Um, and we're at this price level. So let's do a fresh analysis. Let's do a very fresh analysis. So we're gonna remove all drawing tools, and same with here. We're gonna just remove all drawing tools. So we'll start with UJ. With USDJPY, we're gonna want to go to the higher time frame. So we'll go to the daily, and we're gonna see where price is trending. So price kind of is create this level of support here. If we continue to sell, we might get to here. If we continue to buy, we have clean candle here to the left, so we might make it all the way to the top. So let's zoom in and kind of see what that looks like, and kind of see areas that would make it hard for us to keep buying and stuff. So we have a level of resistance right there. We're gonna find a little bit of trouble there. Um, but breaking up into that, we have clean candle here to the left for approximately shift 30 pips, right? So we'll zoom in one more time, zoom in two more times actually, sorry. So this level of support, um, in all honesty, what I would want to do is just shoot this over here, um, shoot this over here, and kind of just open up this space, kind of like, it's kind of like a no trade space, right? There could be something open in this because all in all, we're in a downtrend. So in a downtrend, what it would tend to do is it would tend to wick up and then just wick down. Like this whole move down was like 50 pips. It's nice. I caught 20 of those. Okay. Um, so one of the main goals that I'm going to be looking to do in the future is having a big enough account balance that I can make my current runners that are running run for me. So I can leave those runners at take break even stuff like that, right? 120 Um, okay. So let's go to GU because GU's been moving very smooth, but recently it stopped. So okay, so a couple of things that I want to note is that price is coming into these wicks here, right? So going into wicks is a level of like consolidation. We're gonna have trouble there. We have another wick right here, which is a level of resistance, and then we have another resistance right here. So it might be a possibility that price might want to just if we continue buying, it might want to, how do you call it? Just disregard this level of resistance. It's hard to say, but that might be a possibility. Um, and then breaking down levels of support, yeah, hard to say. I would say like right here, and then furthermore right here. So let's zoom in, see what that kind of looks like, see what would like not help us take any trades. So we have a level of support right here as well. So this might be a little bit helpful actually. That might actually be a little bit helpful, but at the same time, we'll see. We'll see. Um, Let me see what these gaps are like. This gap is like 10 pips. About Yeah, so it's about 10 pips total. So about 10 pips. Oh, okay. So this is actually 100 pips. Really? Wow. Okay. So if price starts to move in this area, then we have a huge, huge. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. GU looks like it wants to continue to sell. However, GU moves so fast that if we were to sell, it would look to me. So this level, I'm just drawing it out because price. Okay, this would happen. Price tried to break above, but couldn't. Then tried again, but couldn't. Price now is trying to break above and has to break above here, in order for me to see a clear trade, right? Breaking below here, I wonder if there's like an impulse move that can be opened. Um, I don't doubt it, but it would just be a bit hard. But selling would allow us to sell around this area, which I believe looks like about 40 pips, 30 pips, yeah, 30 pips. Um, and then to the upside, we have so much room to the upside, so I would maybe think like, we'll see what's gonna happen to the upside. Let's see what USD JPY is saying. Um, USD JPY is really just doing nothing right now. It's definitely reacting to this price a lot. Um, so yeah, it most certainly is reacting to this price a lot. So I just kind of averaged it out. Um, but to be on the safe side, yeah, okay. So today for myself might be a no trade day. We'll see. Yeah, today seems like a no trade day, so I'm just gonna mark that down really quickly. I'm gonna mark down no trade day. Oh, and I'll explain it in a second why I say that. No trade. Oh, this is just for myself, mind you. Um, so I think today I might just sit on my hands. Might. We'll see what's gonna happen. Because one, the setups just look terrible. Like taking a buy in a downtrend is just, it's just counterproductive. It's just a waste of energy. You're gonna be definitely wasting your energy. And as well as your trading opportunity for a weak trade. Whereas if it bounces off this and starts to sell, man, there's going to be ample amount of opportunities. No rush to enter, but we'll see what happens. I'm also going to go low risk day if I enter into a trade. Hmm. Ooh. Okay. So let's see what's kind of happening in terms of news. In terms of news, we have some red boxes, but these are not for us. There's some USD yellow boxes here. See if I can. Yeah, so really I mean, there is news at 8:30 for the US dollar, but since a yellow box, it's not really gonna create much havoc. So the reason why I'm not taking this prevalent buy is it's a really, really, really good buy, but like, okay, let me rephrase that. It looks like a really, really good buy because we're breaking tops here. But at the same time, this huge area right here is a zone of consolidation, and then we're followed by a level of resistance. So we want to break above this level of resistance, maybe create some form of um, support, and then buying low at support, right? If it breaks up, I want it to retrace before buying to go up again. Um, for GU, it looks like it's going to fake us out and then come back down, but we don't know that yet. The better trade for UJ is sells. Sells below like this wick. Sells below this wick right here. I'll just draw it out right here. And then subsequently, price will get to this point, and then price will get to this point right here. And then we might break down even further to get to this point right here, which I mean is a nice little gap here. It's 20 pips, and then we have a total of 50 pips after that. So we'll see. However, this huge structure kind of emits to me that we want to start buying. That's just kind of like because you can like with when it comes to people, you can like sense their confidence, right? So in terms of a market, from a buying perspective, it sold, came, shot way up. Um, After doing that, it started to sell, it started to sell, it started to sell. Looked like it wanted to buy here, but didn't. It was at a level of support. It was bouncing off a level of support, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and then boom, shot down. So the same thing could be happening the same thing right here. Um, so that's what these arrows are drawn for. I mean, we'll see. Oops, 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 oops. I mean, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Um, and there's absolutely no rush today. Just going with the motions. Let's see kind of what else this ties into right here. So, I mean, not much. Here, delete this, and then let's look to the left and see kind of where price has been tapping off of this. So it's been tapping off of this a lot, and now we're out of that area. Here, that's okay. Price is back at break even. The US dollar is back at break even. It's back where it started, almost. Basically, it's back where it started because it started like right here, but then it came up to this point, and this is where we're trending. Like if I draw a line right here, this is where we are right now. Let me just. Oh no, man. It's okay. This is just the bottom one, but the top one now is going to be basically where price is right now. Watch. Hey. Oh, okay. Yeah, basically. Okay. Well, that's fun while it lasted. I've ruined my chart. Okay. So I'm gonna have to give this a hard restart for sure. Reload for sure. Alright. Alright. this. That was a little bit sketchy there. I'm not planning on doing that again. That's fasha. That's 1000%. That was just really sketchy. Okay. Yeah, so nothing is really set up right now. I like the way that this looks like it's trying to pan out because essentially when you take a look at GU, I'm not going to take a trade right now, but my sell would be like below this point. So this would be my sell below that point, and then my buy would still, I'd keep the same bias because we've been having a lot of trouble breaking out of this point. Just keep it right there, right? So let me break it down. So price has been in a range, then it came down slowly, which means that more people were in the market um, at a steady time, right? They were in control of the closes of the candle as opposed to just shooting up, right? So now we can get the same thing, but the only thing that I don't want to take, the reason why I don't want to take this trade right now is because we have a clean bull candle prior to, so you kind of want the same candle before yours. Um, so if this one closes bearish and the next one succeeds to break these lows here, then I would get an SL and I would just ride that all the way down to here. Like clean candle to the left. And that's about like 30, 36 pips, right? So no rush in terms of taking a trade. I feel like the more patient you are, the more you get paid. So patience pays people. Lack of patience, you pay. Add new reservation. Oh wait, hey, 10 to 11. Hey, she booked it. I'm going to the gym at 10 a.m. to work out, get some gains in. Okay, right there as we break the top, I'm gonna look for some form of a retrace. And price sometimes doesn't give you a retrace, but it might. You know what? We've been trending. No, but my stop loss would physically have to be like right here, which is like 10 pips away. It's not terrible. I can see price going the mile. The only reason why I don't want to buy is because, okay, well, two reasons. One reason is that I took a buy yesterday, um, and okay, let me rephrase it. I don't want to take a buy right now. I want price to break above here, close above here, and then subsequently wick back down, and then break that top. Then that'd be my perfect trade. But yesterday I took a buy, and the overall market was for sell. So when I took my buy, it just quickly closed bearish, and the next one broke the low of the previous bull candle. Um, so it really threw me off. Um, I realized quickly that it was a fake out, and I actually did catch 20 pips after that, but yeah, it was not good. So that's why I don't want to take this trade right now. I want more of a setup, and if I miss this trade, well, no trade day. If I miss the trade, I'm fine with that. I'm in no rush to openly take trades right now. What you can do also in the future is you can tell yourself to like trade one setup. I wonder how far this is gonna go. So right here, this is about 10 pips, about 20 pips. Oh, that's nice. I mean, I'm really hesitant on buys. Um, this sell looks so good to me though right now. I'm just not taking it. I'm just doing other stuff and sitting on my hands on today's Wednesday. I'm waiting another 10 minutes for candles to close, hoping that this one closes under these. If it doesn't, nothing can be done about that. That's okay. If this closes above this level of resistance, I'm gonna wait for a retrace and then a subsequent break of the top, and then we can probably take about 10 pips. 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips. Now, a huge, huge, huge concept that I talk about on every live is that in the future, I want to have my capital large enough for me to be able to put in a position comfortably and leave a runner, and that runner will do the work for me as opposed to the whole position, because the whole position can get you like twice as many pips, but at the same time, like it's twice the level of uncertainty that price is going to go where you want it to go. So I just wanted to drop that bomb really quickly. I will be right back. One moment. when I look at these trades, the only thing I don't like is the fact that the stop loss would be so ginormous. This trade looks like the good trade if it starts to break these lows right here. Starts to break that low, then we're off to the races. But, oh, are we getting to that point? Are we getting to that point? If it breaks this low, I wonder if it would yield profit. There's the possibility. UJ is looking nicer in my opinion, but again, I don't want to take a buy right now. I'd rather just sit on my hands and take a buy. If you look at the market as a whole, we are breaking lows, coming back up, but we have yet to break above these highs, which means that we're still technically in a downtrend. Currently the daily candle is an uptrend, 4 hours in an uptrend, 1 hour is in an uptrend, 30 minutes in an uptrend. So I mean to say, higher to lower, it shows up that we're trending as like as bullish, but higher time frames persist that we are in a downtrend. This is the weekly and this is the monthly. So it's hard to say, like, this might be a retracement to continue to go back up, or it just could be a retracement because it's the end of the month. And end of the month, you're going to see like less volume. So that's also why I'm sitting on my hands. Yeah, so right now we are just sitting on our hands, not doing anything. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot this whole time. I'm so cheesed. Um, Bear with me one moment. I should be back online now. Yeah, okay. I'm back. Alright, so we retraced. Now this trade's looking good to me. This buy, continue up and break. Now it's looking good to me, but this stop loss is still so huge, man. There's nothing like liquid, like it's not like a liquid move. But we get the New York Open in 14 minutes, so that might be something to wait for. Just a little bit. We have 15 minutes before the new 1 hour comes into play, so I mean, we're just waiting. Absolutely no trade right now. Like the good trade, this was only like 5 pips. The only reason why I say that this would be a good trade, or would have been a good trade, is because you're running in 6 pips profits, right? You're running in like 6 pips of profit from the break of this, and like 7, and then like your stop loss, you'd move it to break even. So your stop loss would be here. So if your stop loss is here, then the 80 AM candle would probably just come down, try to wick you out. But if it doesn't wick you out, then it would just shoot up. So that's what I'm anticipating right now. I'm anticipating in 10 minutes for the New York Open to come, try to wick people out around this area, create some form of support, and then come back up. So we'll see what happens. Right now there's nothing. Today might even be a no trade day. We will see. there's nothing yet. There's nothing yet because like essentially it's really hard to like see what's happening right now. The 4-hour chart, it constitutes that price is going to continue moving with New York Open, but we're in a downtrend. Not breaking above this high, which is a strong like level of resistance, is constitute that we're still in this downtrend. All in all, though, we are in an uptrend. Let me just go out more. Yeah, so all in all, we're in an uptrend. It's just that the monthly is dictating that we're in a downtrend because we're reaching this level of wicks and we can't break above them right now. We might need August to break above them, but right now it kind of looks like price wants to create these higher highs in order to prepare for August to break above. That's a possibility. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get into this buy. I'm gonna get in at this buy at around like 8 a.m., maybe 8:05 a.m. But we'll see. We'll see. Now it's retracing, so it's kind of hard. If price continues to sell and sells below this area, then it's gonna be sells for sure. Right now we're just waiting idly. Yeah, so this sell, a couple things didn't happen. This sell, it didn't break below. It didn't break this level of resistance that I wanted to. That's why I didn't get in. And the reason why I talk about these situations is because it really helps me in not getting in trades that can be very, very, very terrible. Very bad trades. Like taking this buy. If you just take this buy willy-nilly because it's breaking tops, like, it's like you're asking to be in this. Price already did the move. This was the move. From when it broke this top right here, it gave you about 10 pips, approximately. Yeah, it gave you 10 pips. Maybe almost 11. That was the move for now. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, there's really nothing. We're really just ranging terribly. Taking a buy here or a sell here would leave you in a very tight situation. So we're just waiting. One of the best tools that I've been using to avoid overtrading is just patience, but more so like to be specific is I wait for 8 a.m. to come, 8 a.m. EST. That is the New York Open. There are trades before that point, like this break above yielded like 8 pips profit. So there are trades before that, like if you came to the market super early, catching this stuff, right? Those are like moves before that, but there's a lot of momentum at New York Open. And what I tell myself is from 6:30 to 8, like I don't have to take a trade. I can just sit on my hands, I can just wait. If there's not that perfect setup, I can wait for more momentum to come to the market at the New York Open, and I can take a trade based on that time frame. And that has been really helping me in not overtrading. I remember last week bitterly overtraded. Bitterly, it was the Thursday, I believe, or maybe the Wednesday of last week. So I took a trade, lost that trade. It wasn't even a big loss, it was just a whatever loss. Then I went to trade gold, which I don't trade. Not my trading. That's why I'm not trading it this week. Then I went on to trade USD, which it broke, closed my trade at break even. But just taking those 3 trades, it's like, now that I've been slowing down my trading, that was just pretty stressful. Not very stressful, but like in a way it was a bit stressful. And it's not something that I want to do, right? So far for the week, I took 4 trades, 2 on Monday and 2 yesterday. Both days I was just naturally giving my trade a second chance. If it breaks the top, while I'm just talking about this, it looks like breaking the top or the bottom would make it yield profit, but more so with breaking the bottom, this can just be a retrace to go to the top. So you'd want it to like break these areas to start selling. You'd want it to go into this clean area where my mouse is to start selling, as opposed to here where it can create a level of support and then shoot up. Because there's always the possibility that support can be created here. We're at the New York Open, and then when support's created, then price would generally speaking go and buy. So you really just want to wait and be patient and have the market tell you what's going to happen. But just going back to what I was saying, like for this week, what I've been doing is I've been being very patient. I've been giving my trades second chances. So that's what I did on Monday. I gave my trade second chance, and then yesterday, what I did exactly was I noticed there was a fake out right here. So I noticed right here there was a fake out. Price was making it look like it was going to go that direction, but it started breaking lows. So when it started breaking lows, I then got on a sell right here, and I exited the trade 20 pips later, like right here, right. So I wrote this down, took the pips, moved my stop loss to right here, and it came back up and hit my stop loss, and I took about 20 pips, right? So in essence, now that I'm here, 2 things. I want to be able to leave runners and leave my runners at break even, so I can catch entire like 50 pip moves, 60 pip moves, as opposed to just 20 pips. But also at the same time, I want to be in a position, well, actually, I'm in a position right now where I'm moving my stop losses. So like break even, 10 pips, 15 pips, 20 pips, and then I just keep trailing it. And it's been working very, very well. So right here, we're breaking the lows. I'm asking myself, was this another fake out? Was this another, I can't be certain. It looks like it though. It looks like it because we had this candle going to, here, let me just take off this. We had this candle going, this one break above, then we had this one close doji. If it closes doji, it means that it's a lack of momentum, so it can go either way. However, it's now setting up some form of structure. It's really small, but it's more prevalent in the 15-minute, right? So you see that's this level of support that's being created, and now price might want to break that level of support. Might, but it's not like very, very prevalent that that's going to happen. It's not like you look at the charts, you're like, yo, that's definitely going to happen. Like, this is just range. This is just, I don't know what this is. My buys are above this area, my sells are below this area, but this is just candles printing side by side, and when candles print side by side, you just want to stay away. You just want to stay away. See, now I'm kind of liking this as a sell, because like I was saying, all in all, right now we're in a downtrend. We're in a downtrend. Like if you notice from this point to this point, we're still trending downwards. See, downwards, a little bit up, and we're kind of at a point where price can continue selling. And on top of that, there was this huge level of selling momentum just recently. So I don't want to just take a sell right now, but that looks like it could be a nice sell for at least like 30 pips. Maybe, sorry, 10 pips, 15 pips. So I'm just waiting right now. New York Open. Nothing really yet. If we break below this point right here, then I believe sales can be open. So that's one of the things that I'm looking for as an impulse entry. But I'm not gonna be aggressive on the trade. One, I'm gonna just how do you say, have a lower lot size because I had a big win yesterday. So I'm gonna have a lower lot size, and then I'm gonna be using dynamic risk, whereby I'm gonna be taking off 50% as price retraces, and subsequently also in the reverse, I'm going to be moving my stop loss to break even as price goes into like 5-6 pips of profit. But that's what I've been doing normally. Actually, that's one of my normal characteristics, is moving stop loss to break even. So if you lose the trade, you lose nothing, and that's your one trade for the day. There's always the possibility of giving your trade a second chance, but that would be your one trade for the day. All right, so while this just loads, which will probably just take a bit of time, I'll be right back. So right now there's still just no trade. His price is just printing side by side. So we want price to come below this area. so we can look towards opening up a sell or coming above this area so we can look for a buy. Right now it's just price is just tethering up and down, so there's nothing right now. And then we can see our price kind of wants to come below this area, but it's not doing it. If it comes and breaks above these highs, I believe that we can start to go into higher areas. So we'll see. We'll see. On both of these charts, it looks like price is coming down to start to sell. What this could mean is that on the currency strength meter, that the US dollar is strong and the pound is getting weaker. So right now the US dollar is strong, and that's why, and the Japanese yen is weak, and that's why we're buying right now, which kind of makes sense. So we did a retrace here. Subsequently, I mean, we might break this top and start to continue upwards. I mean, I'm just gonna sit on my hands here. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on my hands. I don't want to take this buy, even though this buy can pan out and yield us some profit. I'm just really not very trusting in buys right now. On top of that, we just had a huge buy from this point to this point, basically, which was like 43 pips. That could be the move, right? That's what I'm saying to myself. It could just be like price rejecting a level and then subsequently returning back down to this set level. So we might be getting priced down to this level, which I'm looking at max take 10 pips today if I'm getting in a trade, moving my stop loss to break even, to see if we can get to 20 pips max. But I mean, you can see that price candles are just sprinting side by side. Price is not moving anywhere right now. You can really see, it's really just really clear that today is really hard to trade in. And these are the days that you just walk away from the market. These are the days that you're not really looking to press that button. If I was in a trade right now, if I'm in a trade, I'm in profits, I would move my stop loss to break even or as close to as possible, to say, hey, you know what, if price goes in the opposite direction, I'm just going to lose this, or I'm not going to lose anything, and that's my 1 or 2 trades per the day, and I'm done. That's what I would say, because today is just really rough. I see like a sell wanting to open impulsively. We have like possibly some rejection wicks, and possibly some rejection wicks, and then possibly prices creating some form of rejection for then to drop below this area. But we'll see. You can't guarantee anything yet. And again, if I was in a trade, I'd be moving my stop loss to break even, and I would just be letting my trade run. Yeah, so also I kind of talked about this situation a couple times. So I was here when price was breaking out of here, and it yielded 8 pips. I was here, and that, like, I could have opened a trade on that, but like the reason why is because yesterday we got faked out. And so today I told myself I'd be very, very, very patient. So I wait for it to close. It closed, and then this candle, it came up, but then like I told myself, you know what, we're entering the New York Open. So right now we're in the New York Open, and like price, I don't want to take a buy because then like price is going to enter into New York Open. And as you can see in the New York Open, price is reversing. So taking a buy here, we're at the mercy of the market as opposed to just being patient and like being able to get into like a really good trade, right? So sometimes there's moves early and then sometimes you have to wait. But right now is definitely a situation where I waited very patiently, waiting for this to close. Didn't trade this whatsoever because we were so close to the New York Open and I just didn't want to take a buy. Buy is not really on my mind right now, although that can pan out. And going over the GU, I also want to check something out. So bear with me one moment to complete last time. Where is GVJBY? Okay, more drawings. I want to start looking at pound yen as well because it moves similarly to pound dollar. So we'll see. But yeah, so those are my reasonings. Like price is just printing side by side. So there's no real opportunity. Plus, it's not breaking any levels of support or resistance. So there's no real opportunity to get in at a buy or sell. You're better off waiting 15 minutes because we're about to get news, and then letting price tell you where it's going to go. Yeah, we're about to get news in about 15 minutes here. 8:30 US dollar news. So today very much seems like a no trade day, which I would be happy for, to be honest, because like I like to just sit here, just chill out, wake up early, you know, it's kind of like meditation, you know, just think about the future, plan out the future. And just really, I didn't risk anything. I don't have to gain anything. I took a win yesterday. I've just been really patient in the market, which is always good. where this is heading. However, a couple of things are running through my mind. So first and foremost, I like how it's going to possibly break the top, and if it does, then we'll probably head to around, let me see where we'll probably head to. Let me take out my rectangle here, and maybe the higher time frame can confirm this stuff, right? So you do have a level of resistance here, technically speaking. So that kind of even deters me even more. But I'm wondering if news will just make this not relevant. I mean, it's a possibility. And then look at GU, man. Candles just printing side by side. Kind of like how there was this level of like support created right here in order for price to continue upwards. I think really for me it's just that I don't have to trade right now, so I'm okay with just sitting on my hands watching a move play out instead of like getting into it and just learning is such a valuable tool, very valuable. But to give you an idea of what I mean, there's this level of support being created right there, and if you zoom in, yeah, you can see that candles are creating this level of support where the candles are printing, this one printed, and now we're breaking above these tops. So I do believe that price is going to continue upwards. I just have no real interest in taking that trade. I don't know what's going to happen as per the news. Even though it's a yellow candle, I haven't faced that situation before, so I'd rather just stay out of this trade. Maybe, who knows, 9 a.m. there might be another trade opportunity, but we're breaking above here with 7 minutes left before news, and yeah, boom, right there. But price created a nice level of support right here, like very nice. And this is kind of how you want a situation like this to play out. You don't want to just take buys right here. You want it to come back down here, create some level of support, then come back around here, and then you take a buy. It's just a lot more thought out, strategic. It's not like I'm buying at the top. If you buy at the top, oh, sometimes I can wreck you. But here, passing this point here, we are how many pips? Zoom out here. 2 pips, 3 pips almost. There's 3 pips, and it's still running too. Who knows? It might even just retrace in such a way that we can like get in a buy like right here. I mean, if we get in a buy right here, we have this resistance here. We have what looks like a resistance here. It's a lot of really just, you know, and we just literally tapped into this level of resistance. So even though we broke this top and now we're running, we just tapped into this level of resistance. So I just don't see a clear-cut buy. I like the idea of price selling into this area. That's a very nice idea for myself, to be 100% honest with you. So we'll see how this pans out, but that's kind of like what I'm looking for today. And it's totally fine to look for an idea and say to yourself that I would like it to pan out this way, because then if it does, you're saying to yourself, okay, what did I think it would look like? And then you're saying to yourself, it looks like a candle printing here, and then not breaking above this high, the previous, bearish candle's high. So as long as it stays below the previous 30-minute candle's high, then it still be a selling opportunity. If it does, then it will take you out. Maybe that's market manipulation to come back down, but I do see price coming into this area, and it's totally fine to want something to happen. It's just not okay to just, like for instance, I can see clearly that price is breaking out of here. However, it's not really okay to just say, okay, let me buy right now, just because it's going in that direction. Like the buy area was right here. This was the buy area. Or as price created some form of support, and when you go into the 15-minute, you can see that price even came so low as to say it came really close to this area. But to buy here, like, you don't know what's going to happen, especially in the next 4 minutes. We have news. It's a yellow box news, but I haven't personally seen it, so I don't know what's going to happen. Even though price is trending really nice, I thought I would just explain why I'm not taking any trades right now. This setup right now is really ideal for buys to continue. However, I just don't want to take it right now, because I've never been in this predicament. We have 3 minutes till news. There's no telling if price will just plummet, and if price plummets, that's my trade. If price comes anywhere in this area, that's my trade. Again, couple minutes till news. I don't know. I don't know about this situation because I've never actually faced it before. A yellow box news on 8:30 on a Wednesday. So we're about to see what's going to happen. But aside from that, I'm just sitting back and watching for now. again, I like this sell much better than I like this buy. Really though, we're having options now. To be 100% honest with you, now we have options, and I guess this was happening because it looks like the dollar is strong. That's what it looks like, to be honest with you. So we're having these options because of news, and we're gonna see what's going to pan out. But yeah, it looks like this is gonna be a definite buy. I think I might buy that. A couple of things are running through my mind. Is that I have yet to face this situation. Let's kind of even see just while we wait. What was news? 8:30 news. We had some what's going on here even? So from the wholesale inventories and good trade balance. So good trade balance, it looks like was a negative aspect, and then this was lower, but it was still good. Yeah, which it kind of is pointing at the US dollar being positive, like the US dollar being strong. So, I mean, I'm not in any trades personally, but if I was going to be in a trade, I mean, breaking above this would yield a good buy, but we're at a level of resistance, so it's hard to say. This is looking like a good sell, but we're right above a level of support. So again, it's really hard to say. We wanted to break these levels, break this top. I really like the idea of a GU sell. But yeah, like ever since news started, price has gone absolutely nowhere. Literally absolutely nowhere. It was basically exactly where it was right before news. So you really have to just wait, be patient. I'm being very patient when it comes to price right now. This looks like it's a good buy, but it's been moving so awkwardly that it's deterring me from wanting to get in. And then this has yet to break this level of support, so I just don't see a good setup there. I mean, the more you look at charts, the more you're wanting to make a trade. So I mean, I might just not look at the charts for like a couple minutes. That's what I'm thinking. Let price kind of tell me where it wants to go, and then let me know if it has a setup. Yeah, I'm gonna just I'll be right back. Price moving in this such manner is exactly why sometimes it's just fine to just be away from the market and not be in a trade. Because what is going on? This is a gap of literally like 1 or 2 pips, and it's literally just staying in there. Like it's like it can't move anymore. Okay, sorry, 4 pips, and it's like it can't move any higher nor less than this literal floor. Yeah, that's so strange. I'm fine with just learning. Sometimes like I took a trick. I got a win yesterday, and that win for me was suffice. I'm just sticking to my plan in order to be able to just grow as an individual in the market, as a trader. I know that I'm an institutional trader, and I've very much so seen professional traders just not take any trades. I've very much so seen it. Just sit on your hands, make notes, make notes. If I was to take a trade though, there would be a lot of risk managing involved. A lot.
At Walmart, we have back to campus in the bag.
Oh, okay.
Get electronics, dorm room essentials, fall fashion, and
So price is now with GU coming around this area, but it hasn't yet come to that area. So some stuff that I'm thinking about is, are we gonna break that low? Are we going to break that low? Be right back. Yeah, so really nothing's happening. However, this looks like a genuine, very, very nice sell opportunity. I'm not going to get into this sell opportunity right now, only due to the fact that, like, I think the opportunity to sell would have been maybe breaking this low and then having your stop loss above this high. I think that would have been the trade. I think there is opportunity to get in this trade. The US dollar is kind of strong, actually. Yeah, it kind of actually makes sense to get in that trade. Uh, too late. Okay, so because we're breaking lows here, I did enter into a sell for price to continue and break this level of support. And if it doesn't, oh, actually, oh, what? That's, oh, okay. You know what? I actually did not enter this trade. My app is acting very strange. I'm trying to, but it's acting very strange. What's the stop loss on this? About 10 pips? No, it's much higher than that actually. As an impulse move, as an impulse move, because I would just say I don't want price to like go back above this, it makes sense. But as a non-impulse move, that's 16 pips. Yeah, now it doesn't make sense. So I'm glad I didn't open that trade. I mean, it is going to break this level support, because the US dollar is strong right now because of the news. Wrong pair. Okay, so now I'm in this trade. I'm just going to set up my stop losses and okay, so I'm in this trade for a short. My entry is right here. My stop loss is going to be here. And my take profit, after I move my stop loss, my take profit to break even, I'm going to be looking for like a 15 or 20 pip trade. We'll see what's going to happen. Straighten that up a little bit. So yeah, stop loss is 10 pips. If we get price to reverse, if price starts to reverse, I'm going to look towards taking 50% of my trade out, like around 5 pips. So that is 5 pips right there. So right around this area, I'm going to be looking to take out around 5 pips. If price starts to retrace, the reason that I'm in this trade is because we're breaking lows. But more importantly, the US dollar is strong. For GU, that would push price. Price down. So we are running in a couple pips of profit here. I'm anticipating this level of support to be broken, and if it doesn't, let's say if we retrace at this point, then I'll probably even just take out 50% at this point, because we are running in some form of profits. So if that's the case, I will look towards closing 50% of my trade if price retraces right now. Just from a risk management perspective, that's like a really good risk management. So we'll see, because we're breaking lows right now in this exact moment that I'm actually talking about this. So right now we're retracing, kind of tethering, not really doing much. Breaking lows now, breaking lows. It looks like price wants to all in all continue to break lows. Okay, we retraced. So just from a risk perspective standpoint, I'm going to close 50%. So 50% is closed. So I'm only at a half position now of what I was before. Now if price continues to retrace to this point, I'm going to take out 50% more. But breaking lows and continuing to break lows, I think I might look towards adding a position. So we'll see about that. Right now, let's see here. Right now, we're not doing anything at this point. Price is just tethering. Let's go down to the smaller time frames just so we can see exactly what's transpiring. So price looks like it's actually just reversing. We are still here in a little bit of profit. Not really, to be honest with you. I think I might close this entire trade. This kind of looks better to me, not that I want to jump in this trade. But yeah, this doesn't really look comfortable for me anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and close this entire trade. And I'm out of that trade. That trade was managed very well, extremely well. I think the opportunity to get into this trade would have been like 6 pips up. So we tried that. I think I'm just going to leave this here to see how this would have panned out. I probably would have lost that, to be honest with you. Now to go to USD JPY. I mean, we have 15 minutes before our new 4-hour candle. 4-hour candles generally come with a lot of push, but you can't guarantee that push. I think today is going to stay a no trade day for me. but this trade was managed so well, and I would have been trending in a loss right now. This trade was managed so well. Look at this. So the candle was breaking lows, and I entered right here. So it continued breaking lows, but then it retraced. As it retraced, I took out 50%. As it retraced a little bit more, I just didn't like the trade, so I took out the entire rest of the trade, and I lost like 10 cents or something like that. No, I got 30 cents. Okay. Yeah, so that trade was managed very well. Risk management is something that I'm going to be continuing to practice, but this breaking this low would kind of make sense. No, I don't want that at all. And that trade was managed so well. I think I'm just going to call that a day. Yeah. That was my one trade for the day. Oh man, then we have this. Then we have price breaking out of here. We're looking to break out of this level of resistance. This because obviously price has been having a rough time in this area, so we'll draw this as a level of resistance, give us a little bit more confidence that this would be like maybe a clean traffic. How many pips is this? We can see here that this is about 20 pips. That's a pretty nice area, and then stop loss about 15. It's really good to manage risk and be okay with like closing your trade early. I might actually just go in the simulator right after this and just say that my trading day is finished. Yeah, I would have lost this trade had I not managed risk very much so accordingly. I would have lost this trade so terribly. So I went into about 2 pips of profit. As price retraced to break even, I closed 50% of my trade. Price moved a little bit more, and I closed the entire trade, the entire position. This was an area that I was talking about, but yeah, that was amazing risk management. I'm gonna go do something. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, that's right. So nice. This would have been my stop loss. My stop loss would have been so nice. Oh, So there's just really this today has been like a really hard day to trade, but all in all, I managed emotions very well. One thing that I'm going to take away from this is that it's better to trade outside of support, like when support is broken, as opposed to anticipating that support's going to be broken. This could have ended more terribly for me. So that's something that I'm going to bring into tomorrow. I took my one trade for the day. I'm going to be just calling it. I'm going to actually just go trading on the simulator, and just look towards improving my trading one step at a time, one day at a time, and whatever happens, I'll just go back and look at it. I'll even just place little reminders here. This could have been a potential buy, maybe to this area, like 10 pips, who knows. That could be nice. Or if it sells, it could sell another like 10 pips, let's say. It's going to sell in this area, so we'll see what happens. GU, I'm anticipating it to sell probably to this area. We'll possibly to this area. We'll see. We will see what happens. But I'm gonna call it, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great day.